for me, I always would think about the things that I would lose whenever it was time for me to either get married or have children, so on and so forth, right? It's like, man, yo, who wants to be stuck in the house watching kids all day? I want the freedom to go to the bar, do this, do this. But like, it's so much rewarding on this side, bruh. Like, to be able to, like, if my wife wants to use my phone and hand over my phone without having to clear text messages and hide, like,
it's definitely freeing.
Oh, bro,
it is freeing. I'm not gonna lie. I've been on both sides of the fence. I mean, I literally was on both sides of the fence. So I was literally working in Manhattan, going to the clubs in Midtown Manhattan and all that. You know what I'm saying? Meeting girls and having fun. And now I'm on the other side where I have a townhouse and I have a daughter and a wife. I want to say that there's a lot more relief on this side of the house than this side of the house. This side of the house, it has a few highs. And a lot of lows. Where there's a lot of emotions for women that you don't care about, that want more of your time and your energy that you really don't feel like giving them. Sometimes you just entertain just to entertain them, and
or entertain for personal gain.
Or in it for personal gain. Exactly. But then it's always short lived. It's always short lived. Like in New York, I had a nice roster. I'm not gonna lie, I had a really nice roster, but it was to the point where I knew that it's not the life that I wanted to live for the long term.
It's not fulfilling. It leaves you empty at the end of the day because you realize, like, man, she get on my nerves, and you hit another one. It's like, this ain't the. It's just, it's always the feeling of searching, and it's just like, man, you know what? When you got a good one, and here's the other piece too, man, like, that you can truly build something with, man. Like, for me and my wife, it's important to have joint accounts and a lot of the same aspirations because, you know, it makes us talk about our future a lot. You know what I mean? To the point where, you know, when we got married, I came in with a lot of credit card debt, man. Like, again, I was out blowing money in clubs, doing the table thing, whatever. And, you know, you just going on trips and vacations. And then you have to open up and have that conversation. And it's like, well, you know, I got a little debt. And my wife was like, okay, let's work to get it paid off. And, you know, we'll work. We paid off my credit card debt. Then we paid off her student loans. Then you go back and forth and you look up and, like, you're in a real great financial position because you're working together and you have a goal heading in the right direction, man. And I think that's something that can't be overlooked when it comes to family is that, like, when it's time, you really have to look at this as a team. Like, it can't be no, you know, well, you got your own accounts, I got my accounts, and, you know,
you pay for this,
you pay for that. You know,
that doesn't work.
Like, it's tough.
It's tough that way. We definitely built a lot together. So right now, we have 3 properties in Chicago that we have rental properties. We have a townhome in Charlotte that we live in downtown, and we just put money down on another townhome.
For sure.
Assets.
I had assets. It's the stuff that's going to accumulate wealth.
So so when you're looking for a partner and you find somebody, you want somebody you could build with that is on an intellectual, at least thinking about building it. They don't have to have it right there, but at least the thought process of getting assets, buying properties, having that residual income. Just that thought process is something you want to look for in a partner. Somebody's young watching this that doesn't really have that yet, because you might not have it. And I want to say something earlier. Being a black man, you are probably the most sought after man type.
Yeah, for sure. I get what you're saying. I get exactly where you're finna go.
And I brought that to say that because you're gonna get distractions all the time. And we talked about focus a little bit earlier. So I think that if you focus on the right things, 7 pillars. Everything else that we're talking about will kind of fall into fruition, where you'll have you'll be more trajectory towards having that family and building that wealth, that generational wealth that your kids can live off of.
But that's what it's about.
But you have to have the right focus in the right areas, and your right partner is going to be the main piece to kind of get those other things kind of put into place.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.